Hi guys, so I haven't done YouTube videos for quite a while. I've been very busy, but I have been getting asked by some of my other Saturday and Sunday ladies that can't get to come to my card classes if I would do some of my cards that I do in my card classes on YouTube. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try and make a concerted effort to do this. So wish me luck. I think I'm going to be able to do it. We'll see. Yeah, let's crack on and make a card. Okay, so I'm going to show you this nice little one. I showed it on Instagram the other day, if you follow me on there, and on my Facebook page. Lovely little simple multicolour embossing technique. I'm going to be using the Wow Sea Glass, Neptune, Calypso and Gold Rich Pal embossing powders, along with the 3 of a kind Catherine Pooler dies. Also Catherine Pooler's Kalidescope background stamp, which is absolutely gorgeous, and the Kind of Wonderful stamp set. Okay, so I've already cut out my card bases, so I've already cut out folded card like so. I've then cut out a piece of black to go on there, so I just leave a little border. I like a little border, and then I've got the next bit ready for there, so to do this bit. So let's just move these out the way, move these out the way. I'm going to take my lids off in preparation. So let's just get those. Okay, let's grab a piece of paper. Because this stamp comes on a nice solid piece, I'm just going to keep the stamp on there. I don't need to put it on a block or anything. So I'm just going to ink it up all over. Nice lot of ink on there, and then take my card, position it on the stamp, and then just rub. And by rubbing, I'm transferring that ink so that it goes onto the card, and I want to rub all over so I get everywhere. And then if you can see that on there, you can just make it out. So now I'm going to take little pockets of colour. And what I don't want to do now is pick it up and just tip it slowly, because it will just all pour down and stick to it. So I'm just going to flip it over quite quickly. I'll just throw that. Always give your paper a good old flick afterwards to get rid of any residue from the other colour, so you don't transfer it into your pot when you pour back in. Let's just go right, so flip again. Just love these colours. And you can do this with as many colours as you like. I'm just doing 3 colours, so with the 3rd colour I'm going to go all over, just cover the entire thing. If you find you haven't got enough powder in your pot, just put it in one area, and then as you pick the card up you can just tip it down and it will grab it as it goes down. So let's just pop that back in. That little flick, get rid of that again. Okay, I'm just going to pop those out the way. Oh, I'm just going to do it. I was just thinking of whether to grab a peg or not. I'm going to heat from underneath. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. I hope I'm not too close to the camera. So you hold it in one position until you see it changing. And with glitter embossing powders, they sort of sparkle at you as they turn. So just move it along slowly so you get the whole thing melting. I'm hoping you can see this. I'm actually doing this with my iPhone instead of my normal camera. So I've got no idea what it's going to come out like. So flip it round and do the other side. And the reason I heat from underneath is because I'll get a much smoother finish. So it starts melting from the bottom up. Whereas if you heat from the top, you're just melting the top. You might not melt all the way through to the bottom. And there's another reason I can't think what it was. My poor little brain at the moment. Okay, let's just, that looks nice. If you get a little bit of bending like that, you can just give it a little zap. And it'll just help flatten out. What was it? Oh yeah, the other reason was because, sorry, my chair's really squeaking. The other reason was because, especially when you're using glitter powders, if you put the heat from the top, chances are glitter's going to fly off before it's had a chance to melt. Whereas if you heat it from underneath, as I say, it melts from the bottom, so it grabs that glitter at the top, so it holds it there much better. Okay, so I want to just mount this onto my card base. Let's just, do you know what? I haven't got my glasses on, so this could be fun. I don't look too bad. It's a little bit, but you know. And then I'm going to mount it onto my actual card base. Can't believe how squeaky this chair is. Okay, so that's our base for it. And now I want to do this little bit. So I've already gone ahead and done it, but I will show you how I done it. So the first one I actually cut from this one and then cut out like the middle. It's the middle one actually out of the three. So I've cut that out of black. And then with this one, you can see it's already embossed in gold. I'll show you how I've done that. I've cut that out of the solid one there, which is the smaller one out of them. Now when I do embossing and die cutting, I actually like to use a brayer. So let me just give this paper a flick. Hang on. Get rid of my sparkly bits. So when I use a brayer, I'm just gonna go along like this, get lots and lots of ink on there, and then just brayer across. Lots of ink. Okay. And then this is where the Gold Rich Pal comes in. So what I was saying before, if you don't have enough powder, you can just do it at one end and just gradually bring it down, because a little powder really does go a long, long way. Okay. Flip that over, and then same thing, heat from underneath. You might notice I'm using the new Wow tool, which is, well, we've had it out about a year now, but it's a dual speed. So I always use it on the second setting, the highest setting. You can see how quick this turns. Fabulous. There we go. So I would make sure that this has cooled down before I die cut it, but once it's nice and cool, I would die cut it. If it's a really, really intricate die, I would actually put a piece of wax paper between this and the die, and then cut it out. But as I say, I've made some earlier, so I just need my little glue pen. So I've got my little, oh, my little dot. Don't forget your little dot that comes out of it. I'm going to pop that on there. Line it up. And go around the whole design. I think I'm running out of glue on this one. If it's a really thin area, just do little dots. That's still going to give you enough glue to stick it. It just makes it a little bit easier for you. There's some real intricate bits on this die. Let's just go along there. Okay. And then lining up. It all just sort of falls into place. It's lovely because it just gives it such a fine border. So nice. Love this die set. Okay, so that's on there, and you can just see a really fine border of black around there, which is really nice. And then I'm just going to cut some really thin bits of foam, and then, oh, I don't know why I'm trying to do it left-handed. Pop those on. So you need to be sort of consistent all the way around, then you won't get it dropping in the middle. Whenever you're filming, it's always fiddly. If you were just doing this yourself, they just pop off and it's not a problem. Right, I am going to put another little bit there and another little bit there. And you can always just sort of give it a little feel to make sure that you're not going to get droopy bits as such. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to stick another little bit there. I'm not worried about these little bits, so I just want to take these off. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. But it's worth it. The other thing you could do is you could actually cut out some like 1 or 2 mil foam, just black foam from it, and then adhere that to the foam, and then that's going to give you the height. Just make sure my card's the right way round. So I'm just going to place that on there, and then I could just leave it as kind. I just think that looks beautiful. But I'm going to take the Changes Everything from the stamp set. Let's just make sure that's straight-ish. Right, and I should have a little bit of card. I did get myself a little bit of card. Can't find it, so do you know what, I'm just going to use the back side of this because I can't find my bit of card now. So I'm going to use my VersaFine, and then I'm going to put it quite close to the edge, and by doing that I've then only got to do 1 cut. So give it a little shake. make sure it's dry, and then I can go in really close. I'm going to get that right on the edge of my little really should have put my glasses on. In fact, I can probably go in closer than that. Let's just lay that down. I actually use the edge of the guard to guide me as to whether I've got it at the right size. There we go. And then I'll just give it a little snip on an angle. And then shall we go, no, I'll go a little bit of tape. Take a little bit of that off. If your tape goes over, you can just fold it back on itself. And then I'm just going to put it across there so you can still read that it's a K. I want it to look like an R, so it says rind changes everything. And there you go. That's it, done. Simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for bearing with me and watching again. And I hope to do a few more. Thanks. Bye.